What's something your teacher did to you that changed your life? I almost jumped my art teacher, Mrs. Rosa, because she failed me for not drawing furry art. From a very young age, I knew I wanted to be an artist. So for all of school, I was taught how to do photorealistic drawings and got really good at it to the point where I got paid at only 12 years old. I got hundreds on every assignment, not just because of my skill, but because I worked hard for every grade I got. So when I had Mrs. Rosa's class, I figured this was going to be the same old stuff. I completed our first project with her and received 50%. I'm going to repeat that. I failed my first ever project for Mrs. Rosa. This had never happened to me before. So after class, I talked to Mrs. Rosa and asked her why she gave me a 50. She looked at me, tilted her little red glasses, and looked at my painting one more time. Then she took out her pen and crossed out the 50. I was like, thank God, she probably forgot to look at it with her glasses. Then, with her pen, she wrote down a big fat 0. I couldn't believe it. I asked her why she was giving me such a terrible grade when I clearly had a good piece. All she told me was, your work has no life, before kicking me out of the classroom. I was obsessed over that all day. My work has no life? All I draw is life? How could that make sense? So I started to think about what kind of art I should make to impress Mrs. Rosa. So I went out to my local park and drew a painting of a family playing with their dog. It actually might have been my most beautiful piece. So when I turned it into Mrs. Rosa, I received a 20. Furious, I demanded her to tell me why she gave me such a low grade when I clearly gave her a piece that had life in it. Mrs. Rosa told me, your work depicts life. It does not have the essence of life. I stormed out of her classroom when she said that. I had never been a failure in my entire life up until now. It was humiliating that people who were drawing furry art, stick figures, even paintings of apples were all getting hundreds from Mrs. Rosa. Over and over again, for a month, I turned in what I thought were my best works only to get failing grades. So one night I finally crashed out. It was 4 in the morning, my canvas was blank, and I had Mrs. Rosa's class at 8:30. I trashed my room and told myself, screw it. If I'm gonna fail, then so be it. I smeared paint all over my canvas with anger, punched holes in it, wrote a bunch of curse words on it, and poured every ounce of anger in me onto that canvas. I submitted my piece to Mrs. Rosa, expecting her to suspend me. When class finished, she called me over to her desk. She laid out my piece in front of me and said, this is exactly what I've been looking for. This has life. I was shocked. I couldn't understand if she was being serious. She told me, I knew of your talent before you joined my class from other teachers. While your work was skillful, it lacked your voice. The thing that separates artists from great artists is the ones who bring their life into their piece. You get 100 turns out that Mrs. Rosa replaced all my previous grades with 100s and had zero intention of failing. She just wanted to push me. Since then, Mrs. Rosa has been my mentor, and we're currently working together to put on a gallery of my own new art.